الفندق الاورجنايزر بتاع كنديا مع رضا مغربي. طيب اكلم رضا يعني؟ هتشوف انت يعني؟
Actually, you can see a panelist, getting the panel, but is receiving instructions. Okay, Rania, go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and guests of our seminar today. To start off, I'm pleased to welcome Mr. Julian Christian Simon, First Undersecretary of the Ministry of Military Production of the Republic of Romania, and his accompanying delegation. Also, I would like to welcome your second country, Egypt, to welcome you to your second country, Egypt, and I hope that you will enjoy your stay. I'm sure your visit will enhance cooperation and help both countries to achieve the goals that meet our respective aspirations. Also, I would have welcomed our ambassador, but he had an emergency, so he did not show up. Ambassador Stuparo Mihai, the ambassador of Romania to Egypt. I'm also pleased to welcome Mr. Mohammed Youssef, the delegate from the chairman of the General Authority for Investment and Free Zones, as well as Mr. Shrif Shafai. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no doubt that our seminar today comes at a time of exceptional circumstances, and that we are lucky to have this meeting and this great opportunity despite these circumstances. We are meeting today to discuss and consult on opportunities for cooperation and to strengthen economic and trade relations between the two countries. This is a good start, and fortunately comes not too long after the suspension of business and bilateral meetings. I sincerely hope that all nations will recover and that life returns to normalcy and the people are spared this epidemic and its consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, over the past few years, Egyptian-Romanian relations have witnessed a great development and a tangible and distinct start, and a keenness from the leaders of the two countries to strengthen and develop relations of mutual cooperation in various fields. This has been clearly expressed during the many meetings exchanged between officials of the two countries, during which we have clearly seen close coordination and willingness to seize the opportunity and to live up to the aspirations of both countries. I believe that our meeting today is the living proof of our keen desire to expand existing economic and trade cooperation and to further explore cooperation opportunities for our mutual benefit and to increase trade balance, which hasn't yet reached the billion-dollar figure despite the enormous potential of our markets and promising opportunities that can double this figure and benefit both parties. Egypt is a large country, as you know, and a large market as well, with more than 90 million people, and it may prove to be a big and attractive market for investors. Egypt also has a lot of technically advanced goods, products and industries that can prove very popular in your country. Our role today is to discuss how to make the best out of the opportunities and to increase joint investments. This is especially true since Egypt has many appealing opportunities with the hundreds of national products in various sectors and regions. Furthermore, Egypt has made important amendments to its investment law, facilitating administrative procedures for investors, and this may be encouraging for you and make us good use of such prospects. I hope that we will take good advantage of this atmosphere and conditions that I think are conducive to the promotion of mutual cooperation in various fields between the two countries. I wish you once again a pleasant stay in Egypt, and I sincerely hope you enjoy its wonderful and charming atmosphere, and I hope that these visits will continue between us and that we will meet next time in Romania. Thank you. Now I'll leave the floor to Ambassador Ofsad. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Whitey. Well, unlike Mrs. Whitey, I don't have a written text, but I'll just speak heart to heart. I'm really very pleased that the Council was able to organize this meeting, particularly that, this visit, to me, it's a very good opportunity for the relations between Romania. And we are very much honored to have the delegation presided by His Excellency Julian Christian Samuel, Deputy Minister. And I think he has quite an advantage. Simply, maybe he doesn't know that he's wearing at least 3 to 4 hats. Representing Romania means a lot to Egypt for at least one reason. The first reason is that even before Romania joined the EU, both countries enjoyed very excellent and special relations politically, economically, and we had intensive consultations during special periods of our history, and their input and contribution was always helpful and productive. Second, that being as a member of the EU, I think give this relations more than more asset to add to the relations between the countries, because Romania is one of the countries which understands what it means to have a transition to market economy, to restructuring the political life, having economic reforms, so on and so forth. So it's very helpful that even when Egypt is not present in the EU, Romania is one of the countries that can explain on what it means to have a transition with difficulties, challenges, so on and so forth. 3, from looking at the list of the Romanian delegation, in fact, it's quite interesting that this visit is coming at the time that energy and environment are becoming on top of the international agenda. And we know, as we have explained in the previous mission, that now the EU is getting very much involved in having this the Green Deal, which is very much related to energy. And I think, and I hope you had, Your Excellency, an opportunity to discuss these matters, or you will discuss these matters with the Egyptian officials, because we are heading to a new world that should be by 2050, according to the EU, to be in a kind of carbon neutrality, which is one of the most challenging objectives that could be achieved in any country. So I think it would be very helpful for us and for Romania to explain and to exchange ideas, views, and practices on how to move to such an important important target. Finally, the military cooperation is not new to us. It's not new to the relations between Romania and Egypt, and I think it will be quite helpful for His Excellency to have a better idea on the military production in Egypt, and we establish a new quality of cooperation in this regard. So this visit is quite rich, particularly. I think this is the most important part of it, that the private sector in Egypt is very much interested in engaged into the cooperation with their counterparts in Romania. And as you can see, Mr. Excellency, that we have already organized tables for companies, corporations, in order to engage in practical discussions, to have quiz and answers that would help very much to bring two parts closer to each other. I'm sorry if I was long, but I think Romania deserves very much, that we have to introduce you in the way that should be appropriate. And with that, may I give you the floor to give us a few words. Don't do like me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador Rauf Saad. It's very difficult to me to explain in the Arabic language. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mohammed Youssef. Ladies and gentlemen, I first want to express my appreciation for giving me opportunity to speak in this audience. In my capacity of Secretary of State of Defense Industry, please accept our sincerest thanks for your excellent support provided by you and your staff in organization our today interaction. The Arab Republic of Egypt is a special partner for Romania in this region, and we pay special attention to strengthening of our bilateral economic relation future on. We deeply appreciate your interest in our bilateral relation and helping to deepen Romania ties with the Arabian Republic of Egypt, especially with your company. We remain strongly committed for that. This event constitutes a great occasion for developing the relation between Romania and Egypt. We can advise the Egyptian company about special opportunity offered by the small and medium enterprise sector in our country, especially in agriculture, tourism, textile, furniture, IT, food, chemical products, or no. Mr. Ambassador said the little affair, the small and medium enterprise is very interesting, and Romania is interested in this field. With me in this delegation we have here for the furniture factory, very good factory. In furniture we have here a company who produces the motor electrics. Another company is specialized for cyber system security, and we can develop in this field very good cooperation. The main parts of this delegation is from Romanian defense industry that I represent. Is involved in some important program to produce arms, military technique, ammunition, infrared apparatus, command control communication and intelligence system, airport area survival equipment and systems, avionics, school and training aircraft, transport plane, nuclear, biological, chemical protection equipment, maintenance, repair, overhaul service. In recent years, Romanian defense industry research and development focus in the field of aerospatial high-tech, design and modernize aerospace platform, and to prevent environmental change. UAV, solution provide customers with access to relevant, accurate, and correctly localized in real time. We are open for any suggestion and proposal regarding cooperation on security and defense equipment. Any proposal coming from your side is highly welcome. In this time, I want to say do not forget the context of the fourth industrial revolution based on digitalization of the economy and artificial intelligence, which gain importance of economic development. We have a great appreciation for your work in Egypt, and we are confident that keeping our door open to new company will only enhance our current links. The promotion of the Romanian building sector together with the chance of meeting high-profile business and governmental leaders that share insight would let business trends significantly contribute to the progress of the relationship. A principal approach to addressing argument pertaining to this relationship is the creation of a foundation based on a realistic relationship encompassing Romanian key economy. We wish this round to have successful and tangible outcomes for both parties, so we can all achieve a great efficiency by working more closely together. I hope that today's event will stimulate new ideas and productive dialogue on how business can both enrich and benefit from the privileged relationship between our country. I wish you all a very successful discussion, and I am looking forward to working to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. His Excellency is Sir, not Deputy Minister.
So now I think you will do with your presentation, Your Excellency, or?
Yes, with me, I have to try to present my team. Near to me is here in the front of voice of the camera, it's General Manager of
Today, Romania is one of the most investment-friendly countries in the region, whole of stability, strengthened by its EU and NATO memberships, and strategic partnerships with the US and other centered governments. Romania is a large consumer market with a population of around 20 million. Today, thousands of global investors call Romania home.
The Netherlands is the number one investor in Romania, and that is for a number of reasons. First of all, Romania is a resource-rich country that also has a large number of well-educated and talented young people. Romania also has an attractive cost structure and a growing domestic market.
Romania is a strategic choice for investors worldwide. With car exports increasing every year and an expanding network of suppliers, automotive companies in Romania are evolving towards R&D and transforming ideas of interconnectivity, mobility, and autonomy into reality.
I think Romania is attractive because there is, on the government side, a will to support new investments. But the main point is that the Romanian workers, from my experience in Latvia, they are really willing to enter in another phase of the industry where technology becomes the key factor.
The IT sector's growth is an enabler to automotive, aerospace, chemicals, agriculture, and many more sectors. Through intense partnerships between universities and businesses, we are part of the Industry 4.0 revolution.
The future stands for innovation, and we are talking about digitalization, big data, smart data, industry 4.0, energy efficiency, and smart cities. We are already working on all those topics in our research and development hubs here in Romania.
With over 6,000 employees, the Romanian aerospace industry generates more than 400 million euros per year, while every new Airbus plane contains Romanian parts.
We have a really good experience with the skills of the employees, and we are really proud of that. Also, we are really proud to have 30% in Romania, which are also producing a really good quality, especially in detail things. And sometimes we have really a better quality than in Germany, and this stands for something.
Every year, 100,000 students graduate from Romanian universities. In fact, the number of engineers per capita is higher than in the US, Canada, China, or Russia. And the participation of women in science and engineering in Romania is higher than the EU average.
We found out in Romania quite a unique mixture of skills, IT expertise, and foreign languages. In this company in Bucharest, there are no less than 27 languages spoken, and all these combined is showing us a very, very promising future for our development in Romania.
Romania ranks first in Europe for maximum internet speed, and its expanding infrastructure includes 70 industrial parks around the country, 14 airports, and 8 major ports. Romania is now more attractive for expats than the US, Germany, or the UK, according to Internations, while Transylvania has been declared the top 2016 travel destination by Lonely Planet. We are aware that every investor story is different. That is why we are committed to making your vision become reality. Visit us to understand how. Become part of this success story.
Yeah, Simona Halep is the best. Maybe at finish after this little noise, you recognize our player, tennis player Simona Halep. It's a brand for Romania. Thank you very much to watching this movie.
Okay, so we move to the Egyptian part, okay?
Good evening, everybody. This is Sharif Shafai from General Authority for Investment and Free Zones. Your Excellency, Mr. Mr. Ambassador, representative of the business community, ladies and gentlemen, it's given me great pleasure to be present here today and speak in this event, and I would like to express my appreciation for all the efforts made for convening this event. We have now a small presentation about the investment here in Egypt. Why Egypt? Egypt is number one investment destination in Africa. Egypt is number two in the Arab region according to the World Investment Report 290. Also, why Egypt? Due to the all access to markets by all the agreements happened, Egypt, EU Association, COMESA, EFTA, Quiz, Agadir, GAFTA, Pan-Arab Free Trade Agreement, Egypt-Turkey Free Trade Agreement, and the Egyptian-Mercosur Free Trade Agreement. The key sector here in Egypt is agriculture, industry, oil and gas, financial services, real estate, construction, ICT, transportation. The investment law advantages. We have now a new investment law 2017. Allow all foreigners to own 100% of the project and own land and real estate. Access to the state-owned land and property free of charge in some areas. Customs of 2% of the machinery and equipment for inland investment. Strategic and national projects may be guaranteed in a single approval for the establishment by a decision of the Council of Ministers. The investment project shall have the right to employ foreign labor that represent 10% of the total numbers of employees, which may be increased to 20% of the total numbers of employees. The highlights for the new investment law: its investment protection guarantees, tax and non-tax incentives, facilitated licensing procedure, transparent rules of allocate of state-owned land, out-of-court forms to Seattle ambassador, state disputes. The investment landscape here consists of free zones, investment zones, technology zones, special economic zones. I already have this in presentation because it's very long, so I have it in USB so I can give it to them. Egypt mega projects here is the new administrative capitals, 1.5 million acres, the Golden Triangle, New Alamein City, Dumyat Furniture City, El Galala City, Swiss Canal region. The success stories here in Egypt, it's with Siemens, Edison, ED Group, PepsiCo, JSK, LG Electronics. Also, this is a vote of confidence for all the brands, multinational brands. And now allow me to introduce you a small video, like the Romanian videos. So, thank you so much.
At the crossroads of 3 continents lies a land where you can witness the history of the world. A land that was and always will be a source of modern creation and great achievement. Today, watch Egypt as a growing and diverse economy with a resilient and young population that grows magnificently in face of many challenges, implementing a comprehensive and bold reform program. A smart geographical remapping, rebuilding institutions, establishing world-class infrastructure, spurring sustainable development, promoting a conducive business environment, and maintaining peace and stability. Watch one of the most important and historic ports in the world, connecting the Red Sea to the Mediterranean, being modernized and expanded. Watch the country become home to major gas explorations and a global pioneer in the energy sector. East of the Nile, take the highway to enjoy the unmatched beauty of the beach, hidden by an epic series of mountains. And at its foothills, you'll see towering wind turbines. Sail west of the longest river in the world and discover new landscapes, new experiences, and at last, feel the serenity of the desert. Wake up in Aswan and savor a delicious meal amidst outstanding luxury, where kings, princesses, renowned writers and poets used to stay, to be closer to astonishing monuments and picturesque scenery. miles away, discover a plethora of investment opportunities, major industrial clusters, modern and climate-resilient agricultural projects, fertile lands, and witness the changing of their marvelous facets along the seasons. In a country that breathes culture, enjoy prosperous living in urban abundance, connect with young and restless talents, embracing the digital age and cutting-edge technologies, but also upholding traditional values. Live amongst diverse communities who found harmony in a country that fosters peace and unity, and where art is carried to the highest perfection. All of this, right at your doorstep, closer than ever, your gateway to the world. Invest in Egypt.
Thank you very much. Well, our friends from the Authority of Investment, just to add 2 points in this, regarding investment in Egypt. One is, I think the Mr. Minister, you have to know more about, which is, I assume, is being with the officials. That the COVID-19 has revealed for the EU that there is a dire need to look for new markets. I think for different reasons, we are not here to discuss them, but now EU is looking for new markets, and when you look for a new market, you have to look for the country where there is the economic environment, the economic indicators are quite attractive. And if you didn't hear it, but let me tell you that according to the international reports, Egypt is the only country in the Middle East and Africa that by the end of the year will be achieving a positive growth rate. Our predictions from the very beginning that we will achieve 3%, but the IMF and World Bank were predicting 2.6, and very lately they declared that they expect to reach 3%. 3% is not the best because we were at 6%, 6.2. But nevertheless, under the circumstances, the terrible circumstances of COVID, to move to reach the positive growth of 3% is something very important. What adds to this, that surprisingly even to us, the IMF very recently declared that Egypt will be gradually getting back to 6.2 in 2021. These are unprecedented indicators, to move from 3 to 6 is something like a miraculous economic process. This is one. Two is there is in Egypt, I think one of the best regions for investment in the world, which is the Suez Canal Economic Zone. The Suez Canal Economic Zone is a hub. And, I lived with this story, since the 90s. I was told by the European experts that this region has no similar region in the world. But it's not only geography, but, the importance of this zone, and that from there on you can export your products, your services to East Africa, South Asia, and the Gulf. Meaning that you are changing the navigation and trade maps unfortunately, we have only one small economic zone that has been just included recently from a country from the EU, which is Poland. And although that this region is rather kind of tailored to suit the interests and trade of the EU. So I'd like very much to invite you to consider this matter I wonder if you have time, even we can arrange a visit to the Zoom, but this is something, you know, that a message, being in charge of the EU, as a message is to Romania and the EU that we are still expecting European investments to come to the region. Thank you very much. Now, I think we have at least 1 hour in order to have a very active and interactive discussions. We would like to have, you know, practical questions and, you know, discussions of political, practical nature, and hopefully that, you know, whoever is interested in making and asking questions will introduce him or herself, and, you know, with a kind of short question in order to allow everybody to get engaged in the discussion. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. When I'm looking for presentation of Egypt, yeah, the Egypt is a great country, great civilization, great history. But you have now a very great economy. Romania considered Egypt a gate to Africa and the Middle East. That is the first reason, because we are here. And I want to transmit a very clear message. We want to collaborate with you, Romania and Egypt. Romanian company want to collaborate with Egyptian company. Let's go together on this way. Thank you very much.
I can start with the... Okay. I don't know if Your Excellency knows, we were planning to visit Romania with a delegation. It was supposed to be last June, actually, but due to the situation and the COVID-19 issues, so we actually postponed it. But talking about the trade balance between the two countries, it's really not matching the relationship between Egypt and Romania a long time ago. So what would you think can enhance this balance or relations from your point of view? And following that is that there are lots of projects that are newly launched in Egypt. So does Romania follow these projects? That they think about it, that would they like to invest in something like that?
Yes, it's a question for in my country. What's happening with the relation between Egypt and Romania? In the past, Egypt market it's very important to our country. Now we try to reload this collaboration, commercial trade. We are here to collaborate especially in this delegation in the defense industry, defense sectors. It's a traditional market, and we try to go to middle and little company to try to penetrate this market, huge market of Egypt, with furnitures, with motors, electrics, with IT, with cyber, system of security, and another company and another business.
Okay, so can you tell us a bit about your meetings here in Egypt since you came on the 1st of November, I think so, which enhances or helps this objective?
Yes, we will have a meeting with Arab organization of AOI industry, and after this we go to Minister of Defense Industry, I think, yesterday. My colleague with Motor Electrics have a very good cooperation with another factory. And also in furnitures, my colleague from Transylvania have a very good relation, and I think we go and moving.
Dear participants, that the questions are for free. You don't need to pay anything for the questions. And till then, I have a question with the minister, and that now we are Egypt, I think Romania as well, are going through transition through digitization, 3D, electronic commerce, particularly. And I wonder where is Romania from all these initiatives, and where we can establish or initiate a new cooperation in these areas, digitization, electronic commerce, and 3D plus Africa.
In this moment, Romania will learn every day in every company, because the Europe is very visible in this area, in green, in the IT technology, and the European Union learn Romanian what means this field. And maybe when we learn much and much, because in every day it's a new provocation for us. Maybe after this we try to collaborate with Egypt, because it's a very, very interesting field.
Thank you very much. I would like to just ask Mr. Mohammed Yusuf just to comment or ask or answer.
Good afternoon, late afternoon, everyone. My pleasure to welcome you all, and also my pleasure to claim that Romania, one of the important countries to Egypt as political relation, historical relation, and of course economic and investment relations since a long time. We see that many changes happened in Egypt, and we announced a very brief video, but let me tell you what was going on the last maybe 6 years ago. Egypt was number one from 2017, the country which in Africa, foreign direct investment ranking one, and this till 2020, and we are continuing, and number two, very close to Emirates in Arab countries, so we are reaching now, we are the most important hub in the MENA region, and of course Egypt, we can promote and proud to promote this country, the best location all over the countries here in the heart of Africa, Europe, and of course Asia, Southeast Asia as well. We have a population now, Egypt is reaching 113 million population, and this is a big market, and this is, one of the countries, let us say, growing along, and speedily in the last COVID-19 the crisis happened, Egypt was standing, we didn't lock down, and this was very clear to the European, to the Asian countries, as well as the other, all over Africa and the world. And one of the main things also, our export, with all the reports, European and financial reports, was exceeding the figure all over the neighbor countries by far, and this is, see, you are now in Cairo, we have one of the biggest cities here, and what is running in this crisis, and other countries, with all my respect, lockdown, in charge, of course, the business, the life, and of course, all over the operation. I welcome you also. We know the fields you are coming, especially furniture, special equipment. For the Romanian, we have a lot to do as transfer know-how. Egypt needs the know-how manufacture cheaper than Europe, cheaper than China, cheaper than other countries, with a lower labor cost, with all the facilities of energy, of food, and of course all the investment costs by comparison with all over the island. One of the things also to tell you, now we are making, Egypt the only country, we have a special trade agreements with the benefit for the Romanian side and the Egyptian side, and of course we can send it by all over the emails and all over our tools to all the existing and participating companies here with us. We have Egyptian commerce agreement with African countries, more or less 24 African countries. We have the EU agreements, which you will, of course, benefit from the EU agreement. We have Gulf agreements. We have North Africa agreements, as well as USA and Egyptian cooperation agreement, which you could, manufacture and benefit from this agreement. One of the main things also, we have our government now have special and really special mega projects already started and already were successful. When I'm telling you, come and join the biggest, we call it CCC, which is a capital city, new capital city, you will be amazed. The city, it will have a smart districts, you have a lot to do in construction, in IT, and of course in the wholesale markets and whatever you will need, you can invest in this new capital city, which is around 45 minutes from the center of Cairo. The second and very impressive mega project, the Alamein city, is the Mediterranean attractive hub. You will have also by email, we send you all the presentation. Alamein city, one of the elite touristic area, and as well industrial and agricultural district there in Alamein, with the Mediterranean, beautiful area of Egyptian location and all over, the country. We have the third location, the third mega project, one of the important in the agriculture, $1.5 million to be invested in, and this is the special mega project. Of course, give you example what happened 6 years ago, that we are focused parallel to the mega project. The government strategy to reach 2030 in the year 2030. We have another special project as well. You will be impressed. We have the new furniture city, new leather city, and of course new textile city, which could be like a professional way. You will enter and invest in this cities, whatever your activity, and to have all support from the Egyptian government, as well the new investment law would give you a lot, which other countries, by all means, will not, as exception for taxes reaches in other area 50% and in area 30%. So any investment, new investment from you as a Romanian company to Egypt will have benefit at least 30%, reaching 50%. Tax over around 3 years, coming 3 years. We'll spread of you also the new investment law. We are investment authority open for anyone to come to discuss with us after this visit. We can, agree another visit. We hope after few weeks or few months more. And this, the results of your introduction. I know most of you are coming first time to Egypt, but I think you'll be impressed more when you visit the site visits and the location which you want to reach. And I hope also any question from your side you are ready to answer. And thank you very much.
I have to give the microphone from my colleagues. Maybe you understand better what's happening in this day. For the first.
Hello everybody, my name is Gabriel Tutu, I'm the general manager of the States company Roman. We are the main traders and producer of guns and ammunition in Romania. And we have a long tradition with Egypt and also with Arabic countries. In order to continue the idea of my previous speakers and also to answer the question of Ms. regarding how to increase the cooperation between our countries, how to increase the commercial exchanges between our countries. My opinion, because I'm third time here in Egypt, trying to start this cooperation to reload the whole tradition of commercial relationship between Romania and Egypt. My opinion is that we have to step up to the next level of exchanging, commercial exchanging, to start industrial cooperation between our countries, to use our expertise and also the Egyptian factories expertise in order to start working together, in order to exchange technology, to exchange know-how, and to put together also the markets we already have both of our countries. In this consideration, my opinion, to increase the commercial exchanges, we have to start working together, to came also from the Egyptian factories, to came of the technical level in Romania, in order to see what we do, how we do, to start learn one of each others in this field. I'm referring to our military production, civilian production made for different industries. This is my opinion regarding how to step to next level in our cooperation, because remaining on the level of trading, of participating to the tenders is not enough. Thank you very much. And thank you for inviting us today here. Sorry.
Thank you very much. I think we have to involve in our discussion not only trade or FDI, foreign direct investment. We have to talk about joint ventures as well. In Romania,
Good evening, sir. My name is George Petrushan. I'm the head of the commercial office from the Romanian Embassy. Thank you, first of all, for organizing this event. It's a very nice one. Regarding the joint ventures and cooperation between Romania and Egypt, one of the reasons that the Romanian companies are now here is for this type of cooperation, for joint ventures and for transferring of know-how in Egypt. Till now, this week we had some discussion with Arab Organization for Industrialization and Ministry of Military Production from the public sector. From the private sector, we had with the Egyptian Businessmen Association and with Alexandria Business Association. For most of the discussions are for transferring technology and joint ventures in different fields. One of them is furniture, other are electric motors for petrol and gas, and we have also in the military production.
The IT sector.
Sorry?
IT as well.
I'm discussing about the transfer technology and joint ventures. So the discussion for these three fields are already under negotiations. For sure, in our delegation we have IT, cybersecurity, furniture, military production, tractors, and electric motors. So all these companies are present here and they are open to discuss with you. Also, we think that Egypt Canada Business Council is an opportunity for us to find new partners and to discover that in your business council there are also Egyptian companies that wants to invest in Romania and to make joint ventures in Romania. Not only in Egypt, because like Egypt, it's the gate for Africa and Middle East for Romania. Also, Romania can be a gate for East Europe and the rest of the European Union for you. Thank you, and if you have any more questions, please.
Good evening. My name is Valentin Ecoana. I'm representing Serțai. We are the biggest company in Romania, a Romanian company in information security. We came here with the hope to develop some business partnership in terms of digitalization, IT security, and cyber security. We had some very good business in terms of very good meetings, in terms of analysis, what would be the main directions to work here, and we hope that in the future we will establish a partnership and develop a lot here. Thank you.
Okay, I think Dr. Muhammad.
Thank you, Mr. William. Thank you, Your Excellency, Ambassador Raoul. Thank you very much. With regards to the point of joint venture, and since you're the State Secretary for the Ministry of Energy, can you please elaborate whether you have strategies on the energy methods, especially that you have known resources for graphite and lithium, which are important metals and being listed among the 30 elements of critical minerals as done by the European Union. So also, what might be a possible opportunity to cooperate on this one with regards to exploration and exploitation in Romania, especially that you have made a full closure to your gold mines in Romania since 2007. And what might be a possible solution for the problems that emerged from the privatization of the copper mines in Romania that resulted in much less production of copper. I'm saying copper and vanadium because they are very important, as you know, sir, with regards to the battery metals now. Thank you.
The mines is not in my department, but I try to answer. In Romania, we have a big mine of copper in Elbrus Mountain. We extract there, we go to concentrate of copper, and want to try to produce copper with 99.95 in Romania. Because in this moment it's not produced in Romania, we produce just concentrate. And after this, we send it on the market. We have very much experience in this field of the copper and extraction. And I promise I go with your question in my country, and maybe next time coming here a colleague from mine departments and minerals agency, because it's not just business just from the copper. It's for huge materials to extract in Romania and in Egypt also.
Yeah, okay.
We met before, yes? as we discussed also before, to be able to bring a company or extracting or exploration here, we need first from your side the maps and what is necessary to see exactly what type of investment or what we are capable to do that. So first, we need from your side the maps and the description of the fields. After that, sorry? Yes.
Dr. Brown, just wait because nobody can listen.
We want to do that in Romania.
Yes, I know. This was this, but we have also other discussion that we had. Yes, and I'm answering because you told us now that you want some expertise here. So I'm giving you the answer for the expertise in order to be able to give you the expertise for exploration exploitation in Egypt. We need the maps and the description of the fields. Okay, thank you.
Okay, maybe we go first to Romania so it will be easier. So we have another participant who wants to ask there, please.
Hello, good evening. My name is Leonard Tot. I'm the General Manager from Human Romania. We are manufacturer for electric motors, explosive motors. It's a special niche in the market, it's not the standard motors. But first of all, I would like to say thank you for the possibility to be here. Thank you to our representative and to all the authorities that are here to organize this meeting. Human Romania is a very old factory with more than 71 years. And I'm here in order to restart the cooperation with one entity from Ministry of Military Production. I have initiated another one for one assembly line, testing platform, and transfer for the technology. If somebody from here is interested in our product, it will be my guest. Thank you very much.
Okay, anyways, we will be having small B2Bs after we finish this session, okay? Mr. Beth. Yes, please.
This is, okay, ladies first. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. My name is ندزة. I run a communications company and I'm a member of the CEDC board. First of all, thank you very much for coming to our country. We are very happy to host you in our country, and soon, inshallah, we will have a similar visit to your lovely country. My question relates to tourism, and my question is that due to the expense of travel now, I'm wondering if Romania has any special deals with other Eastern European countries or neighboring countries, whereby if tourists will come to Romania first and then go by train or whatever to other neighboring countries under one package. Do you have such packages that can make a person travel and see various countries on one trip?
Yes, I try to answer. In this moment, all the tourism in Romania and in the European Union, it's stopped, unfortunately. But we can, after this pandemic, to reload the experience in the travel and tourism. Romania is a very nice and very beautiful country. We have some area from Transylvania, from Kovina, church from Moldova, and Bucharest is a very beautiful city. We have the very nice place in Donau Delta, and the more. George, do you want to complete?
Minister, just a question maybe of a political nature, that with the Brexit, I think now whether it will be an hard exit or soft exit, it will have an implication, a considerable implication on the EU internally as well as with the EU external relations. How do you see that would impact the relations between the EU, including the members of the EU, with outside world, particularly with the EU partners, including Egypt?
The Brexit is a unilateral decision of United Kingdom. Romania respect this decision. In economical field, yes, it's a problem because it's a big country, a big market. United Kingdom, we have so much people to work in United Kingdom. Move with all family in United Kingdom. It's a problem, but it's an economical problem. Politically, it's unilateral choice of United Kingdom, and we respect that. Another side, we want to collaborate with Egyptian parts because can go with in project with European money. We can go together, but not government but business to business. And company can collaborate and create new programs to access European funds.
Okay, sir. Any other questions? Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador. You had a question. You had a question.
Maybe it sounds different, but it's real. This with collaboration company to company and go to program together and access European fund. Maybe our colleagues say to us, is possible? Please.
About the European project. Okay. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Cristian Matzolos. I'm representing Antares Romania, and we are a furniture producer in Romania and in East Europe. We also have factories in China. First, I have a question for the CEBC, for Ms. Ronia Verdi. I was wondering if you can give some advice from your point of view, since you are present in the Egyptian market from 2002. What would be the benefits, but also the risk of companies that invested directly or through joint venture here in Egypt, especially if you have in your council a production company, not with production services?
Okay, of course, the investment in Egypt and the Egyptian market is so much different from 2002 until now, so there's a big difference. But I leave Mr. Mohammed Youssef from the Investment Authority to answer this question.
Good afternoon. I know one of the good companies in the delegation manufacture of furniture, special furniture, and we have a very strong opportunity here. As you know, Egypt is importer of wood, but we are exporter of furniture, which is the end product. You have here a very special city. It's called Dumyat. We're preparing a special, visit to this city, which cover export of furniture all over the world, from the States to Russia to all over Europe and Japan, as well Korea and China themselves. They're coming to. You have the, great opportunity as furniture manufacturer that you will supply only your raw material, which is the wood, and of course the design. And imagine you will have the unit which is cost you in Romania or in Europe or in wherever, 100 euro, it will be less 30% at least, so it will cost you the 70 euro as all calculations say. So this is one of the main things. Coming from the procedure, you will establish your company in our premises in the investment authority. You will start to take license and take this, I will not call it one-stop shop, but it will go over in all the premises, will cover all over your investment new company establishment. And we have a full team, a special team for, your company to support you from A to Z. So this is coming. In Egypt also, you have a very good market as a local supplier for all over the new cities and the new, office buildings, housing, construction is going all over. And this is one of the great challenges you will face in all over your investment coming, I hope, 20 years coming from this 2021, I hope. And we have a good discussion, and let us have another meeting to discuss in details your steps in the investment business. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer.
Also, but I don't know actually if you have time on your agenda, the investment authority. I myself had a good orientation on services on ground in the authority premises. So this would have been a very good tool for you, but maybe if your schedule is full, so the next time. Continuing this question, I would like to ask Your Excellency, because I think the developments in Egypt is now showing up more, and I believe other countries should be updated on that. So how do you see these developments on the ground, and what's your opinion about it? In the eye of other countries like Romania.
Okay, I would like also to talk to you from the point of view of a furniture cluster which is present in Transylvania. We are a group of companies, actually 86 companies. Here Mr. Eda is the vice president of the cluster. Maybe in the B2B section we could speak more exactly what it's all about. The main thing is that we unified under one name. Called the Transylvania Furniture Cluster, and within this cluster we have different European funded projects, like we have now a project to engage communication and business-to-business connections. It's funded by the EU in worth of €500,000, and we are looking for a partner here in Egypt because in order to make a consortium together from 3 European countries and one from Egypt. We already have the European countries, and we need the one from Egypt. And this will result in a strategy which we apply together to the result to have a better connection and business relationships. Also, if companies from Egypt could benefit to go to Romania, present themselves, present what they can do, and vice versa as well. From the point of view of Romanian companies will come here, and maybe there will arise more opportunities to invest here in Egypt as a joint venture or maybe of direct investment. I believe this is what
Yes. Let me clear also, you have a good chance. Egypt is importing mainly from Romania since long time wood and special woods. And on the other hand, we have
leather for the special office furniture, office buildings, the best leather here we have, I mean, all over the colors and the quality. As well, we have textile for the home furniture and for all over the furniture. So you have all over between Romania and Egypt, I mean, the raw materials needed in your, sector. So this can cover all of what you like to export or to import in between both investment in furniture especially. And I advise you to have a trip to Domyana city in the next, coming visit for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. I have a question. Could I receive maybe a list or maybe a website where I can search for these companies in order to ask for quotations? For example, you mentioned leather, to analyze if Egyptian companies could compete with South American companies on this field, which are the greatest producers of leather, and also in some Arabic countries as well.
Exactly. This will be, we prepare for everything from A to Z. This will cover by our team and ourselves. And this will benefit from this great bidders. We are really appreciate you coming in this moment to Egypt in this, special time, in a hard time. But it happened, and here see, life is back, business is strongly back to our great country. And thank you.
Thank you very much as well.
Okay, any more questions? Okay.
Hello there, my name is Ahmed Khattab, member of the Canadian Council. First of all, you are all men who you are most welcome in our country, Egypt. After 2016 economic reform in Egypt transferred to an open market to direct investment. So we have a lot of facilities in the field of new investment law, public services presented from the government to all international investors like Romanian citizens and Romanian businessmen. And Egypt is a huge market, more than 100 million citizens. And Egypt, as a key country, is the Middle East and Africa, and the main gate for Africa will support your country, especially in the field of logistics. And especially Egypt have a new logistics, new Suez Canal logistics area, and the new administrative city in Cairo, and the new city in Alamein. And we have a lot of opportunity in the field of industry, especially car industry, and all industry related to extensive electricity and need more liquid gas. So I'm here to send a positive message to all Romanian businessmen and investors. Please come and invest in Egypt. In Egypt, you will find all governmental support, all businessman cooperation, especially after we will finish the roundtable, we will meet in the B2B meeting with all of you and present a lot of a chance, more than 4,000 chances in the field of industry, in the field of agriculture, in the field of tourism, in the field of services, especially related to logistics, because we have two new Suez Canal, Corridor, and a lot of services will support it to open to the Africa, especially, and we have a lot of international agreement like COMESA agreement will support the trade between Egypt and Romania. So, dear Excellency, dear Ministers, the Romanian group, with us in Egypt, you will find all the facility in investment, and you will gain the highest interest of profit margin in Egypt, especially we are open market and support all direct investment from all over the world, especially in Romania. And the Canadian Council will support you by all data with businessmen and with the Egyptian company located in order to start operation after our meeting. And you are most welcome in our country, Egypt. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you. Okay, I guess we're done. Okay, so Sebastian, you want to?
I really feel that that this meeting was started a little bit later than we expected, but the interaction and discussions proved to be fruitful, and we are very much thankful to His Excellency the Minister. And delegation hope that this result will not be, this visit will not be the first, and that will have productive and meaningful results in order to establish real, effective, and promising cooperation. The opportunities are really vast in both countries, and the mutual interests, could be achieved by having interaction between the private sector of both countries. We wish that next time we come, we will have a larger room with a bigger delegation from Romania and more presence from the Egyptian private sector. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks to Your Excellency, Minister Julian Christian. Thanks to our Foreign Affairs Ambassador for European Union, Ambassador Ursan. Thanks to our Investment Authority representatives, Mr. Mohammed Yusuf and Sheikh Al-Shafai. Now we'll be having a small coffee break while the B2B meetings will be held on the right side. You'll find the names of the European companies on the right side. So please just each company representative take his seat, and our Egyptian side just give me the names for whoever companies you are interested to meet. Thank you so much, and again, welcome to this Romanian delegation, and I hope this B2B meeting will just turn out to be very fruitful for all of us. Thanks again.
استاذنك